Good morning! How are you guys doing? This is the morning show with Kelly and Barbara. How's your Tuesday looking?
Good. Not too bad, not too shabby. I've had 2 coffees, 2 crumpets with chocolate spread. What's up?
Okay, someone's high on chocolate this morning. I'm just high on caffeine, and I hope you're having a great start to the day, especially if you started at first light at 7:30 this morning.
After that, we had the guys from House Athletics coming in to get a good body burn at 8:30.
Now, they also tried my cookies afterwards because they'd had such a good burn. Speaking of cookies, we'll tell you more a little bit later. But don't forget, today we've got the morning show with us. 12 o'clock, you've got In Your House with Raj Kumar.
At 3 p.m., you've got the Yoga Basics with Yoga Movement. And at 8 o'clock, you've got What You Cooking with Ben Logan.
Yeah, sounds delicious already. But before we get to any more deliciousness on this Trending Tuesday, let's take a look at the numbers. So first up, our total number of new cases, 486. 2 of them were community cases, 2 of them work permit holders residing outside the dorms, and 481 residing inside the dorms.
That brings us to a total of 23,787 cases. 97 of the new ones, however, are linked to known clusters, and the rest are pending contact tracing. So, I mean, the numbers are going up and down. They're yo-yoing back and forth, but at least the community numbers are dropping.
I like it.
Which is absolutely great.
And it's also aided by a lot of people that are doing everything that they can to make sure that everybody is doing what they can to send out masks, because I think masks is going to be around for a long time. It is something that is super essential. Everyone's either making their own, especially if they're reusable masks, or they are purchasing them.
And this is how some of the organizations have started making sure that everyone has access to masks as well.
So you actually can get them from a vending machine, which
is
really
awesome.
Cool.
It's awesome because there have been times when I've walked out of the house and completely gotten in the car and forgotten one and just been like, oh no, what am I going to do? So if you have vending machines available, then at least I can be like, okay, I can go and get one now. And they're, you know, just making sure that I don't get that $300 fine.
Yeah, there's no way we're getting that money back. Alrighty, so today is Taco Tuesday, which means that we have tacos from Papi's Tacos. They're going to be giving away 1 free meal, which consists of a platter and all sorts of things, plus 2 additional 15% discount vouchers for 2 consolation prizes today. So that means that 3 people are going to be walking away with some amazing taco meals.
How do you get that? Super simple. Like and share the morning show on your Facebook page from the Get Active TV Facebook page.
And tell us, what is your favorite type of taco filling?
Pulled pork.
Pulled pork. I was going to say pulled pork, but then maybe like Baja fish as well.
Great minds think alike.
Fish and tacos, always a good idea. Now, we've got an incredible lineup of guests coming your way.
That's right. We've even got an incredible lineup of guests the whole week. All right, we've got a great highlight of guests. Paul Foster's in today. We've also got Muna coming in tomorrow. We've got a little bit of a styling session happening on Thursday. So lots of variety going on this week. But for today's guests, we want to make sure that if you have any questions or comments for them, drop us a note in the comments section so we can address them going forward.
Exactly. So who do we have coming on today's show? We've got Declan talking about shoulder mobility. Everybody's been doing push-up challenges, so he'll be sharing a little bit more about how we can stretch and strengthen our shoulders. We've also got Paul Foster coming in. He started this whole modular movement where he is giving out care packages for frontline workers as well as our migrant workers.
I'll also be speaking to Varman Chandra Mohan, the ambassador of day.com.sg afterwards. So like I said, lots going on today. A little bit of a cookie bake-off going on between Kelly and I later on. Ding, ding, ding. We are the most competitive sisters you have ever seen. That'll be at the end, so make sure you stay tuned. We're going to pop off for a short break, and when we come back, it's time to stretch it out with Declan.
Step right up, draw the next card. You're one of the brighter animals, so get along with everybody else. Is this ship sinking? I've been thinking.
Welcome back. Now, if you've been taking part in all the trending challenges on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, then I'm pretty sure you, like me, like Barbara as well, are suffering from a little bit of shoulder aches and pains. I wouldn't say I've got lots of pains, but I've definitely got a few aches and pains. Push-up challenges. Doing the 100 every day is my thing at the moment, and I've worked from going from my knees to a full plank push-up, which is great. My husband's on 350 push-ups today, which is a little bit ridiculous. So I've decided to call in the professionals to help me stretch out and strengthen my shoulders. Joining me in studio is Declan Halpin from UFit. Declan, you guys are back in business?
Yeah, great news. 3 days a week. So if anybody has any physio needs, definitely give us a shout. For people who have acute problems, or people where the pain is stopping their everyday lives or affecting what they do for a living, then definitely give us a call and we can help you out.
Awesome. Okay, so going back to my problem, because that's why we really bring you on the show. Shoulders, okay? We've been doing all these push-ups. I mean, I try my best. I do my little stretchy thing here and there, but I don't think it's enough and help.
Yeah.
I'm so broken. Fix me. But you can't touch me, so just fix me from a distance.
Well, I will say push-ups are awesome, right? And anybody who's doing push-ups, I don't want you to come out of this thinking that push-ups are a bad thing to do. Do push-ups. They're great for strengthening. They're great for your core, not just your shoulders and
you would know.
and
You
your
did
arms.
1,000 in a day.
I did 1,000 a day challenge, which was horrendous, but good for charity and good for awareness.
Okay, so what can we do to stretch ourselves out and strengthen the joints?
So the most important thing, whenever anybody does a lot of one exercise, the most important thing, even more important than stretching, is to strengthen the opposite muscle set. You can't just focus on one area. If you focus just on your pecs and on your arms, you're going to end up in this hunched position. You see a lot of the gym bros walking around like this because they're a little bit too interested.
You look exactly like a gym bro.
So really important that you work on the back of your shoulders. In the gym, that's easy. In the gym, you get in and you use your cable machines, you use your dumbbells, you do your bent over rows. A little bit more difficult when you're at home with limited equipment. If you have a TheraBand, use your TheraBand, wrap it around a door and pull and get those shoulder blades squeezing together.
And is that just a regular resistance band?
Yeah, anything like that. But I'm presuming that if you have one of those resistant bands, then you know what to do with that. So I wanted to come up with an exercise for you guys today that anybody can do at home, and I urge you to do it, because actually it's also great for people who are sitting at their desks all day and tapping away, because that's a similar sort of position. So the first one is a reverse snow angel, which is working on the back of your shoulders.
That sounds graceful.
Yeah, well, it probably is graceful for some people.
Why are your shoes making an appearance?
So these are my lovely exercise equipment aids, or shoes.
All right.
But what we want you to do is lying on the ground in between your shoes, on your front, hands out to the side, and you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Really important that that's your first step. You get your shoulder blades squeezing together.
Okay.
And then from there, you're going to bring your arms up into a T position, then into a Y position, and then squeeze back into a W, and then back out into your A. A, T, Y, W. And you're going to do that for 30 seconds.
T, Y, W. Oh, wow, that feels quite nice.
Yeah.
Not easy, though.
And then if you are finding that easy, if you find that, yeah, I would give that a go, because that looks a lot easier than it is. Then if you find that easy, just pick up the shoes and try the exact same thing. Shoulders back, T, Y, W. You'll find that gets quite tiring quite quickly.
I'm working up a sweat. Is that normal?
It's for some people. And then, you know, these shoes are probably about 500 grams each. If you find that easy, 2 water bottles in each hand. And if you can do that, then you probably have no problems with your shoulders.
Right. Okay. What next?
Next is your stretching.
Okay.
So it is when you've been doing a lot of push-ups, you do tend to tighten up, especially the next day. So 2 exercises that I love. I'll go this way. So on your side, hooking your legs. The first one is around the world. So you're just letting your hand keep on the ground all the way around to the other side, and then all the way back in. And you're really opening up that chest, but more importantly, you're also getting your thoracic spine involved. So it's not just focusing on one muscle, it's getting that whole shoulder girdle working. And then the second one is your bow and arrow, and you're unpeeling across your body to the other side. and
Right, as
back
if you're
in.
pulling an arrow back from.
Exactly, yeah.
I like it.
And it's really, really nice. If I wasn't on TV right now, I'd probably just keep on doing this for 15 minutes, but I'll stop. Great way of opening up the chest and the shoulder, but also, as I said, getting that thoracic spine rotating, which is really important. You should never just think about one joint. You should think about where that joint sits, which is your shoulder girdle, and what that is connected to is your thoracic spine. So it's all interconnected.
Now, why is shoulder health so important?
Well, I mean, because we use it every single day. I mean, every physio out there knows that the second that you tell anyone that you're a physio, the first thing they say to you is, oh, well, actually, I have this issue going on.
So that was Barbara and I when you came in this morning. We're like, oh, actually, like, while you're here, I know you can't touch us, but like, there's that.
Yeah, and what it is that we are a product of what we do every single day. And the question I'm always asked as a physio is, well, how come it's this shoulder, or how come it's this knee? And the answer is it's kind of, we're not really sure, but it usually is a product of what you do every single day. And so if you spend a lot of time typing on your computer, or if you tend to hold your child on one side rather than the other, that will overload the tissue and overload the joints.
That's it. So it's not that I'm doing too many push-ups, it's that Sienna keeps wanting cuddles. Right, okay, fair enough.
Sienna or Justin, who knows?
Yeah, it could go either way. Okay, interesting. So just those things that we do every single day, is there a certain number of reps that we need to be doing, or for a certain duration in order for it to be effective?
Again, that minimal dose of what's effective is a tough question to answer for the masses. But I always say this as well about physios: if you don't find the exercises that you're doing, if you don't find them difficult, they're probably not doing anything. You're probably wasting your time. So when you're doing these sort of exercises, find a weight that you're thinking, whew, that is a little bit more difficult than I expected, or else you're wasting your own time. We want to change the muscle properties, and if you've been to the gym, you know that if you want to change what's happening with the muscles, you have to build up a sweat. And it's the same with your rehab programs. If you want to change those muscle properties, you should be feeling those muscles working in the area that you're aiming for.
Now, speaking of change, you guys at UFit have this thing called 1 month, 1 goal. What is that about?
So 1 month, 1 goal is our attempt to say to people, there's a lot of people who are a little bit disappointed with the extension of the circuit breaker. And not because they didn't think it was necessary, just because it felt like a long time to be sitting at home. And so we try to change that mindset of people and say, you've been given this time. You've been given a month at home. We've still got 3 weeks. So what are you going to do with it? What goal are you going to make for yourself? And it doesn't have to be health or fitness related. A couple of people have committed to reading a chapter of a book every single day. Nice. But make a goal and commit to it and attack it with intent and purpose, so that at the end of May, you can say, actually, yeah, I was given that time at home with my family and I had time to fill, and I actually achieved something pretty cool. And very quickly, what's your goal? Run 5 kilometers in 25 minutes. I did it in 26 minutes today, so I still got to plot along. All about shaving off those seconds. It's so hard. Well, Declan, thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully you guys at home have picked up some really useful tips about how you can strengthen and stretch out those shoulders when you're doing your push-ups. Stay with us here on The Morning Show. We've still got plenty more to come. Barbara's going to be jumping in and talking with the day.com.sg ambassador, Varman, about all their initiatives and how they are benefiting so many people here in Singapore. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Step right up, draw the next card. You water the plant, we're animals, so get along with everybody else.
Welcome back to the morning show. I've jumped back in. Kelly's jumped out. I am joined today with an ambassador of day.com.sg, Varman, Chandra, Mohan. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me, Barbara.
Is it nice to be out with people?
Oh, yes, it feels so good in this current situation. The set's lovely, man.
Oh, thank you.
Good job, guys.
Thanks. I didn't do anything, but it's fine. So, tell us a little bit about day.com.sg. What's it about? How it started?
Okay, so day.com.sg is basically an online platform for people to buy groceries, the basic necessities and all that. So how this initiative started was through an app, for foreign worker app, right? It's called the FW app. So it's basically urging our foreign workers to not step out of their homes in the comfort of where they are like dormitories or wherever, and to purchase their necessities.
And this was pre-COVID or post-COVID?
During COVID.
During COVID.
The idea actually started pre-COVID, but then just accelerated.
Well, day.com was before COVID, right?
Oh,
Like,
day.com is way before COVID. Way back.
But how is it different compared to like different apps like Redmart, NTUC, I mean all these other delivery like food grocery services?
Initially how day.com was started is DEI, you know, familiar with terminals? Hey, Day, what's up, Day?
We spoke about this like 2 weeks ago on the show.
So absolutely, it's called DEI, Daily Everything Indian. So all the Indian necessities, but now not anymore. We've actually branched out. We want our Malay friends and our Chinese friends. So we branched out all the merchants in Chinatown, in Kampung Glam and all that. So it's not just Indian, it's daily everybody.
So it's kind of more local, not so much the stuff that you can get at like NTUC, cold storage, stuff like that, but like all your local little...
Initially it was that way.
Yeah.
Now you can get everything.
Now you can get everything. So
pretty
it's
much
all encompassing.
Daily everything, everybody's house,
okay, cool. So, and then you guys came up with the initiative.
Yeah.
Before we go into that, let's take a little look at the video that you guys have.
Okay.
Beautiful. So again, talk us through just how did you guys come up? You guys have got care packages that people can buy, and the response has been absolutely fantastic. How was this idea born and initially executed?
So as a few government agencies, they've collaborated and started this foreign worker app. So there's two things I want to talk about. The foreign worker app for the foreigners to actually reach out and buy their own groceries. That's one. So through this app, this day.com.sg started their own initiative. This is our initiative, and it's the foreign worker care package, just to put the word out that to all the foreigners that there's an app for you guys to use instead of getting out of your homes, out of your dormitories. Stay where you are, and everything will be delivered to your doorstep. Right. So this initiative is the foreign worker care package, and it's the same concept as all these guys, army guys watching the show. Through NS, we've had the 3 meals, right? Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Packs,
oh
right?
Lord!
I've heard about those.
Oh Lord! So in camp, I couldn't survive those. I could not eat them, and the only thing I actually looked forward to was the snack pack. That was exactly how the idea was born. So these guys, they have the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But for them to have like coffee, Milo, just a snack bar, energy bar, they have nothing of those. And you know, we in the CB situation, circuit breaker situation at home, right? We're complaining and we're just stuck at home and sad. But these guys,
they have it a lot worse.
Terrible, Barbara. They don't have their family with them. They're stuck alone and just trying to be okay. They don't even have Milo to make for that day. You know how terrible that is.
It's a rough feeling.
Terrible, it's terrible. So that's how this initiative actually started. So they have the 3 meals. A lot of government agencies are doing a fantastic job in Singapore. Got to applaud them. And so we wanted to do this, the foreign worker care package, and it's only $15.
Is it just one price tier? Are there other variations for different sizes?
No.
So it's standardized?
Simple, standardized, it's $15.
Okay.
What you're paying for is we've got 5 sachets of Milo tea coffee, energy bars, there's biscuits, 5 packets of biscuits. And in that pack itself, it's a care pack. So we've got hand sanitizer, 5 masks, and wet wipes. So it's really like
it's
a
all
cap.
encompassing,
Absolutely, man.
covering all their needs.
Yes.
And I think it's also a lot about the mental well-being as well.
Oh.
Them knowing that there are people out there who are looking out for them and saying like, hey, we're here for you as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So like I said, it's blown up. I do believe about over 4,000 care
Yes.
packages have been sent out already.
This has been about 1.5 weeks about there. So it has blown, and I would love it if you guys, all of you, and everyone who's watching the morning show
Exactly.
would head out there and go to www.day. Oh Lord, day.com.sg.
Day.com.sg.
$15, everybody, $15.
It's only $15. I mean, there are so many initiatives out there to help the foreign workers, to help local businesses and stuff like that. And it really only takes less than what we would pay for a meal on the daily anyway.
Yep, absolutely. And the paying platform is so easy.
So how are you guys making sure that, how do the deliveries go out, and how are we ensuring that, everyone, especially your delivery guys, is still safe?
So because of this circuit breaker situation, so many restrictions, right? So the entire day team, the whole 1 meter distancing, we have to wear our mask while packing. That is not an easy feat. It's hot in the warehouse.
It's hot, it's stuffy.
Stuffy, and especially those who wear glasses, it fogs up them. And it, so this is not non-profit driven.
Yeah.
Everything which everyone actually buys goes directly to the foreign workers. Everyone who helps us, the day team, everyone's doing it out of goodwill. So in that situation, 1 meter apart, wearing a mask, packing 2,500 for the first batch, and we're on our second batch right now. We went to deliver it. Best feeling ever, Barbara. Best feeling. It's I can't put it in words. So go down there, give it to them, and then a few of them are right out there. It's like, yes, Nandri. I was like, oh Lord, I'm quite strong, man. I was like, shit. Oh, thank you. Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome.
And so a lot of the foreign workers, they are no longer in their main dorms.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've been brought out to different locations for safety measures.
Yes.
What's the logistics or the mechanics behind, where they go and which outlets per se would
so we've
be able to get them?
Yeah, we've got hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
Yes.
And then whoever who has been tested as COVID-19, they're isolated somewhere else. So these guys have to move off to like makeshift dormitories. And these ones are the ones who will be receiving our care pack. So when these guys go, we don't have we don't place them wherever. I think the government agencies will place them accordingly. They've got different places. I think I don't know whether I'm allowed to say this, but I shall just say it. The Sports Hub, and the Flotel, I think somewhere in
Yes,
Tanjong
there are all
Pagar.
these various locations that have been created
Absolutely.
to make sure that they've got enough space and they are safe and they
Yeah.
are well looked after.
Correct. So even when we go and deliver down to them, right, so we don't have direct contact with them, and so we have to drop it off with the point of contact person, POCs. We drop it to them, and then they will receive it and they will deliver it with the whole restriction of 1 meter distancing, masks. It's not an easy feat at all, man.
Not at all. And I know that it's going to mean like more work for you guys, but just to put things into perspective, like you said, we have hundreds of thousands of foreign workers here in Singapore who on the daily have just been there for us, help building and creating our country to what it is now, the infrastructure that we have. And not to put down any organizations that are, doing all these great initiatives, but 4,000 packages bought versus the hundreds of thousands of foreign workers that we have.
Absolutely, it's no comparison there.
It's no comparison.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we want to reach out to as many of the foreign workers as possible, like I
Yes.
said, the physical taking care of them and also the mental well-being as well. So again, we'd like to urge everyone, with all these initiatives, we're going to be talking about another one, the Majalah movement, a little bit later on, but day.com.sg, the place to go.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It was very insightful. It's such a wonderful initiative. Even though, again, it means more work for you guys, I hope the numbers just skyrocket and you get as many packages as possible out to
I
our
hope
foreign
I
workers.
get swarmed with work. And Barbara, thank you so much for having me, man.
It was our pleasure. We're going to go for a quick little break. When we come back, Kelly is back in the house, and this time we've got Paul Foster on set. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to the morning show with Kelly and Barbara. Barbara just had a fabulous chat with the guy from day.com.sg, one of the ambassadors, Varman. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you are donating to purchase those care packs. I just bought 6 of them, so hopefully they will go on their way to helping some of our foreign workers who are desperately in need of a little bit of a mood lifter. Speaking of mood lifting, a guy here who always brings a smile to my face, Mr. Paul Foster, joining us in studio. This is interesting. I saw you over the weekend because you dropped off some food for me, or rather some food for Justin to cook for me.
Yes.
But I haven't actually seen your face.
That's true.
So this is nice to actually be able to. Now I can see the beard in full glory.
That's it. You know, I'm. Everyone's doing this no shave challenge. I'm like, man, I haven't been shaving for like almost 2 years. So you know what? I think I'm game for this new challenge that's coming out.
Yeah.
Too many challenges. Gosh.
Yeah. If you're not doing push-ups, you're growing your beard out.
Yeah.
How are you dealing with circuit breaker?
I'm actually personally doing okay. You know, we had a side chat going on before I came to deliver that food pack for you. I love spending time at home. Yep. You know, I always count myself as one of the very fortunate people that has a very safe, loving home environment. I've got all my animals.
I was going to say, you should tell everyone about your animals. How many? What's the tally at now? You've got like 6 horses, 3 cows, or something.
Yeah, you got. The farm is slowly building. We've got the 4 cats and the 1 dog, and of course my wonderful girlfriend Joey. We both.
I really
we know.
don't think you should be lumping your girlfriend in the same statement as your animals at home.
We have a deal.
Joey, I'm sorry. Sorry on his behalf.
The hierarchy is always animals come first, and then yeah. So
that's how it rolls.
But you know, we have a lot of entertainment at home with the animals, and there's never a day that goes by now. I mean, I found that days go by faster.
Really?
Yeah. There's, you know, we get up, we do all the house admin, or the animal admin, or the work admin, and then all of a sudden it's like, where's the day gone? It's just one of those.
Refreshing.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm quite happy spending time at home and adhering to the rules and regulations, and I know that's been changing throughout the last month and a bit. I'm just really happy as well that I'm allowed now to go back to rehab for my knee. So having Declan on the show just before from UFit,
exactly.
You know, I go and see the guys there as well. Dan, my physio, I'm really happy. I just started physio again last week, and 3rd session was this week. Get to go in 3 times a week again now, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That was annoying.
Yeah. Well, tell everyone what exactly you've had problems for a while, but it was really bad.
Actually, watching you guys do your segment this morning, I've always had shoulder issues. So I've had 2 surgeries on my shoulder already.
Yeah.
So I've always had shoulder issues. I've never had any knee issues until end of last year, where I tore my ACL.
Yeah.
So I had to do my surgery to fix that up. Did that in November. I'm very lucky. I was 5 months post-surgery before circuit breaker started. I can't imagine anyone who had a surgery right before and couldn't do rehab. That would be really, really terrible. So it was still sucky. Still did all the stuff we do at home just to keep the training going, to keep the knee mobile. But I missed the rehab. So I'm really happy to be back.
It makes a big difference.
Big.
Now, one of the other things you've been spending your time doing is cooking at home. And like we said, you dropped off some lamb. Well, it was your mum's recipe, right? So
Correct.
it was a lamb rendang that Justin made for me on Mother's Day.
I have to say, Justin, you nailed it.
It looked good.
Yeah, he posted up the stories and tagged me, and so I could reshare them, and it looked beautiful.
The kicker was the Indomie.
Yes, that's what I said.
Serving rendang on Indomie is like legit the only way I'm going to eat rendang
I'm like,
now.
noodles, great touch. So Justin did very well. I did send it to 10 friends.
Yep.
We've had varying results. But that's the fun of it, and that's the whole point. You know, me and Mum, we did a 4-part mini-series, a cooking show called Lamb Me a Recipe. A twist on my mum's traditional dishes, but adding lamb instead of using chicken or pork or beef. And we wanted you guys to experience that as well.
It was great, and it was very, very delicious as well. We really enjoyed it, and I love lamb, so that was great.
It works very well.
But that's not the only thing you've been busy with. Let's talk a little bit about modular movement. What is that?
So modular movement is something me and a dear friend of mine, Andre, we are partners together for Dre Valet. So we have a valet company, but obviously once nighttime service was halted and workshop service was halted, we realized, oh my gosh, we have to pivot. We have to pivot now to keep our team working and earning an income. But not only that, we realized that there was going to be a big burden on delivery services. So we wanted to get into more of the logistics to help out with deliveries. And then from that, as we started to learn which organizations we were working with, which restaurants we were working with, we started to come up with an idea of doing the modular movement, which then brings in people to donate. It's only $10, and you can donate to either get a set meal or a perishable food pack.
So I've already donated today. I guess
Yes.
I'm going to be
Yeah, I was gonna
donating to Modular.
you did
Okay, Barbara's covering this one, so we're good.
You did 6 for a day, so I was like, oh, okay, that's good. You can do a couple for us.
Setting the benchmark. All right, then I've set myself up there. Okay.
And from that donation, obviously, you choose whether you want a set meal or a care food pack, and we will then deliver that to our healthcare frontline workers or our migrant friends.
They look great.
And they are great. We've got fantastic restaurant partners on board. You know, just off the top of my head, we've got like Harry's, Sitara Restaurant, Rookery, Goodyear Restaurant. There's a few more, and we've got a couple of perishable food pack donations and suppliers. So it's just, we thought it's just something to give back, of course, and modular movement, I think, symbolizes that, moving onwards and upwards together. This is something that we need to do. We had a lot of people who didn't know where to donate to or where to buy something to give.
There are lots of different platforms. There's
That's
lots
right.
of different initiatives going around, and I think it's a little bit confusing because you're just like, am I really submitting money to someone who's actually going to benefit from it?
That's right. And again, nothing to take away from all the wonderful organizations and initiatives out there. I think everyone's trying to do their part, but we're trying to just fill the gaps of supporting local businesses, so giving some extra orders for the restaurants, supporting delivery drivers. Unless we voluntarily deliver ourselves, we can use that as well to help fill the gaps of organizations who are needing the money and the food, and then we come and say, here we are. And we only fulfill pre-ordered set meals and packages. We don't all of a sudden just rock up with 100 meals to be like, oh, here you are, because we don't want food wastage and such. So we get everything ordered in advance, working with Dr. Jade Kwa, who's been fantastic. She's been one of our actual, huge contacts to get into all the medical kind of segments, the hospitals in particular. So we found that we're just trying to connect the dots and work with different partners to get things going. And we want to continue this post-COVID-19.
Yes.
This is not something that's a spur of the moment that's going to happen now, because there are always people who need help. There are always those who have slipped through the cracks or just less fortunate than us, and we want to help.
And some months we need a little bit of help, and some months we're not. So how are you identifying people who need things? Like how do people say, assist me?
Yes, so great question there. And I think initially now with what we're doing for this current situation, it's healthcare workers and migrant workers. And again, finding those supporting partners or organizations that are already involved in it and just saying, look, we're here to help. Do you need our help? And then here on after, I guess once the traction gets going, we'll start to find other organizations, people who can reach out to us, and we'll do our due diligence. A lot of it comes from personal contacts, so it's very important. But it's been overwhelming. We only launched on Vesak Day, so it's only been 5 days. We've raised $13,980.
Wow.
So that's over 1,200 set meals, over 200 care packages.
And that's a lot of support for our F&B.
A lot of support. So that's the thing. We're trying to be circular here, where we're trying to create at least income for businesses and individuals who need income, but then also supporting those who need food. And that was the plan. That was always the plan. Again, it's been a great start. We hope it continues, obviously. But it's been reassuring. We had a goal of 10,000 meals, and we'll see if we can get there. But again, this is an ongoing movement. We want to build on this and keep this going for now and beyond.
So if you would also like to foster the love.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you'd like to foster the love, the exact website is
modularmovement.com. You can pop
fantastic.
on there.
And there's also the Instagram page that I've seen as well. So
that's right.
if you need to, you can always pop over to Paul's socials. Paul, we're going to go for a short break, do a little bit of a break it down segment, but we're going to get you back because we're a competitive family. Barbara and I like to compete with each other.
Yes.
Subway has also come on board and they give away meals as part of our giveaway. Today is Papi's Tacos though, because it's Taco Tuesday.
Oh, cool. Papi's Tacos. Love those guys.
Papi's Tacos.
Yeah.
But we figured that you'd be a fun one to do this. So we've got 3 cookies made available to you, and we're going to do a cookie taste-off.
Good thing I haven't had breakfast yet.
I hope you're hungry. We're going to go for a short break. Stick around. We've still got lots more to come as we break it down, and we have that cookie taste-off right here on The Morning Show with Kelly and Barbara.
Step right up, draw the next card. You're one of the black animals, so get along with everybody else. Is this ship sinking? I've been thinking. Always sinking. I've been thinking. Been a little time to get along. Wake up call, throw the next up. Be one of a kind, original. Don't be another sign of the times. Fight. Wanna know the secret? We get on. Wanna know the secret? We get on. Try to find the feeling we belong. It's all for one and all for fun.
Welcome back to The Morning Show with Kelly and Barbara. It's always nice to come back and actually sit down and
Reunite.
talk to you again. Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
It's been a great show so far. A couple of really good initiatives about how we can help our fellow community in Singapore and do our part. If you're going to be donating money, then you might as well put it directly to a good cause. But if you are a healthcare worker, if you are a lab technician, if you're a paramedic, if you're someone who's working on the front line, I actually came across a deal from Qatar Airways where you can get a return airfares. You only need to pay the taxes for it.
Return airfares?
Yes.
So
it's
2
you-
trips?
No. So it's you and somebody else.
Oh, right. 2 people, 1
2
trip.
tickets.
Got it.
2 people, 1 trip. And it's only for today. So if you know someone who is a healthcare worker, just head on over to the Qatar site. This is just something that we
Wow.
chanced upon last night. And we're like, who do we know that could benefit from this? Because I think it's a really good way that when travel does start opening up, we can actually start rewarding people.
Do you know if it's just from Singapore or if it's...
I'm not sure. I think it's just Qatar everywhere. Anyway,
Awesome.
whilst we learn how to break that down, let's break down something else. Who do we have today?
We've got Kenneth, our resident muscle man, coming in to break down some solid
bands.
calisthenic movements. Check it out.
All right, guys, welcome to Break It Down. Okay, so I'm Kenneth today, and I'm from Common Ground. Okay, so we're basically a calisthenics, bodyweight exercise company. Okay, so what I'm going to take you through today is banded workouts. Okay, so simple enough. You can get any of these bands, at your stores. Okay, so this is a really good equipment to use, okay, so easy to carry around, easy to fit into your bag, okay, or even at home, you don't need to take up too much space, and so versatile as well. So I'm just gonna take you through some exercises that you can do, okay, basically if you only have a band at home, okay, or you're out and about and you're basically wanting to do a simple workout, okay, with just the band, okay, so just to take you through it, okay, so first exercise, okay, we're gonna work some legs, okay, so simple squat workout. If the normal squat is too easy for you, okay, what you can do is, okay, to use the band, okay, that's gonna add a lot of resistance, okay, so, okay, you got different types of bands. I'm just gonna use the red one. This is not too much resistance, but you can still make it harder, okay, so you're gonna wrap it, okay, around your head, okay, so hands out by the side, okay, so that there's not too much tension on your neck, okay, so the wider that you step, okay, that's gonna create a lot more resistance, okay, as you go down for that squat, you're gonna drop it down low into a full squat, you're gonna push all the way up, so that band's gonna create some resistance, making it a little bit more difficult, okay, all the way down, okay, all the way up, okay, so those of you who basically have trouble doing that, okay, you can always step a little bit closer, okay, you can drop down into a squat, okay, all the way up, okay, so that's gonna give you a really good workout as you go down, okay, all the way up, okay, into that squat position, okay, the band's gonna make it a little bit harder, okay, so try to hit out those reps on that, okay, so next exercise, okay, what you can do as well, okay, you're gonna work the arms, okay, so you're gonna work some bicep curls on this, okay, so again, same logic, okay, make sure, okay, as you step on the band, the wider you go, okay, the harder it gets, okay, so you can go at shoulder width first, give that a try, okay, as you go up for that bicep curl, okay, arms by the side, make sure elbows tucked in as well, okay, you're gonna go all the way up, okay, all the way down, okay, so a lot of people, what they do when they do this exercise, okay, the wrong movement basically to do is, as you come up, okay, your elbows your wrists start to hyperextend, okay, do not do that, okay, make sure keep it tight, okay, engage your forearms as well as you pull all the way up, okay, and down, okay, look at my wrists are basically not bending forward this way, okay, keep it, okay, tight as you pull all the way up, okay, and down, okay, this is gonna give you a really good burn, okay, on your biceps, okay, down again, if you wanna make it harder, okay, basically go wider, okay, arms at shoulder width, okay, you're gonna pull all the way up and all the way down, so that's really good, okay, working the arms, okay, isolating those biceps as you go. Okay, so that exercise, okay, we're gonna work on some rows. Okay, so what you're gonna do, okay, this is gonna basically work, okay, your back muscles. Okay, you're gonna step on the band. So both the bands, okay, all the way down. Okay, you're gonna use these as kind of like a handle. Okay, you're gonna step, okay, on the band. Okay, make sure keep that back straight. Okay, as you pull, okay, chest out. Okay, you're gonna pull all the way up, squeezing those scapulas. Your scapulas are basically your, okay, your upper back muscles. Okay, you're gonna keep the elbows tucked in as you pull all the way up, okay, all the way down, nice and slow. So again, quality reps over quantity. Okay, do not rush. Okay, as you pull all the way up, you should go up. Okay, squeezing it at the top for about 2 to 3 seconds. Okay, all the way down. So mistakes that people do basically when they go for those rows. Okay, you bend your knees. Okay, you round it back. So this is not good. Okay, make sure to make it neutral as you pull. Okay, engage, squeeze those scapulas together. Okay, all the way up. Again, as you pull, elbows in. Okay, do not go wide this way. Okay, keep it in, pull all the way up, engage those scapulas, back down. Okay, pull and up. Okay, so that's really good. Okay, to work your back muscles, your arms as well. Okay, so one more that you can do, basically, okay, again, working on your scapular activations. Okay, that's gonna help your pull-ups as well, because as you pull, okay, you're gonna squeeze those scapulas together. Those of you who want to hit your pull-ups, okay, this is a really good exercise. Okay, what you can do is basically have your arms at shoulder width. Okay, grab the band, you're gonna pull all the way back, okay, all the way forward. Okay, nice and slow. So make sure to control that movement all the way back towards the chest. Okay, arms straight as well, all the way forward. So if you notice my back, I'm basically squeezing, okay, that back all the way, pull as wide as you can. Okay, all the way forward. So simple exercise like this, okay, basically is gonna engage your back a lot. Okay, arms straight as well. Okay, make sure you control that movement. Okay, do not rush through it. Okay, every movement is quality, okay, over quantity as you go front and back. Okay, so those are just some exercises that you can do, okay, with the band. There's a whole range of it. There's so many exercises that you can do with this versatile equipment. Okay, so again, easy to bring around, okay, easy to buy, okay, so you can use this at home or anywhere. Okay, so thank you for joining me today. Okay, so those of you watching this at home, okay, make sure follow us on Get Active TV. Okay, we'll take it back to Kelly and Barbara. Thank you.
Awesome. Kind of in line with what we talked about with Declan as well. Like you can use the bands to help strengthen that area because my shoulder's just not working anymore, so I need to get it fixed.
Oh dear.
That's how bad it is. All right, we're going to go for a quick break, but when we come back,
We are going to do our cookie off. Plus, we let you in on what else is coming up tomorrow. Don't go anywhere.
Step right up, draw the next card. You're one of the black animals, so get along with everybody else. Is this ship sinking? I've been thinking. Are we sinking? I've been thinking. Been a little time to get along. One of these days you're gonna be. One of these days I'm gonna feel this haze. A wake-up call, throw the next up. Be one of a kind, original. Don't be another sign of the times. Fight. Is wanna know the secret we get on? Wanna know the secret we get on? Try to find the feeling we belong. It's all for one and all for fun.
Welcome
back. I was like trying to ninja in on her line there.
I knew it. It's always about the competitiveness. Anyway, for those of you that are joining us online at the moment, make sure that you are liking our streams, sharing it on your personal pages, and telling us what is your favorite taco filling in order to walk away with that free meal from Papi's Tacos.
I feel like you have to say it with a little bit of an accent as well.
Papi's
Tacos.
Paul, what's your favorite taco filling?
At Papi Tacos, the chorizo. The chorizo taco there is to die for. It's really, really good. That's nice.
You know what's also to die for?
Cookies.
Well, I'm smelling them, and you know, I was just saying off air before we were starting. I haven't had breakfast yet, so this is
This is
perfect.
breakfast
This is
right
perfect.
here.
Yeah, this
Paul's
is
going to
great.
be on the sugar high after the show.
So
Just like you.
essentially, we decided to get our bake on, and we have each baked a cookie.
Okay.
Kelly's had so much practice, by the way. She's been making cookies for the last 2 weeks.
Yes, that's also why I put on a little bit of weight, but it's okay. This is the last batch of cookies that I'm going to be making for a while. You have the opportunity to taste.
Okay.
And then you have to decide which cookie belongs to me,
Yep.
which cookie belongs to Barbara, and which cookie belongs to Subway.
Okay. So, Kelly, Barbara, Subway.
Because we have
Okay.
a Subway giveaway later on in the week. So
Okay.
Yes, there you go. Okay, so
All right,
there you go.
so I can
Dig
go
in.
for it?
Yes, you can dig in.
I'm so excited.
Ooh, okay, first one. Soft, which is what I like. I like it
Okay.
a little bit.
Can I have some too?
You're hungry.
Macadamia.
I might cry if I don't win.
Or you could be winning.
That's lovely.
Or I could be winning.
Okay. A little bit harder,
That sounds crunchy.
but yeah, and crunchy. Also macadamia. Okay.
He's good. He can tell his nuts.
I'm a bit nutty. All right.
That was better than what I was going to say.
Ooh, also soft. I like. This looks like there's a bit of chocolate in here.
It's a good cookie. Just saying.
I have to make sure I don't get food in my beard.
Oh, we'll let you
I
know,
saw
don't
that
worry.
Insta story. He had bagels, cream cheese bagels, and there was just like cream cheese all over for supper.
Yeah, and you can't like. I couldn't lick it, so I was like,
No, because that's gross.
Ooh,
Okay, so whose cookie?
Oh, no, he was about to
Chocolate.
say something.
gooey chocolate, good touch. A little bit of salt in there to cut the sugar as well. And this is also macadamia, I'm assuming. Macadamia might be the
Is the theme.
the theme, the main ingredient. Okay.
Okay, so
This one's Subway.
very good.
Okay.
A Subway cookie is very
Distinct.
distinctive.
It is very distinct.
And white choc macadamia is like my favorite Subway cookie of all time.
I missed the white chocolate. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Shame on you, taste buds.
I can guess a Subway, and it is great Subway. Thank you very much. But you're not in the running for the best cookie, because it is between the Latimers.
I haven't baked in like
You're really hungry, huh?
4 years.
Look at him, like, I just eat both of them.
I gotta do one more test.
Right,
He
okay.
says with his mouth full and cookie crumbs just.
Okay.
So whilst he does a quick think, let's just talk about tomorrow. Who have we got coming up on the
Oh,
show?
we've got Arfian coming in. So Arfian was on the show last week for the first light sessions where you can pergi basah, telur, roti, telur, roti.
He's so cute. Like he literally, and his dedication to the cause is like he's walking along, like with his basket.
Yeah.
Saya ambil
telur, roti.
He's so cute. You have to watch.
I'm gonna have to
tomorrow.
watch this.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So he's on tomorrow for our stretch and also for a little chat as well because he does a lot of other stuff too.
Correct, including representing Singapore on the sporting stage.
Yes.
And we've also got.
We've got a chat with Muna, half of the Muna Herzi duo.
Well,
I love
no
Muna.
longer.
No longer,
yeah.
but
No
she's going to
longer, but
be
they were great.
chatting with us anyway, so that's going to be super fun on our Wacky
Nice.
Wednesday.
Okay, so here we go. Verdict.
I'm gonna have to lean to the chocolate. Yes, the chocolate
Yes!
with a bit of the
What's
salt.
up?
With a bit of the salt in there, I thought that
Yeah.
really came together. You got
Well
the gooiness
done.
going.
I came together.
Well done, mate. So there is white chocolate in that one, but this is my first time making white chocolate macadamia. I should have just gone with my traditional chocolate chip with walnuts. Dang.
But it's still very, very good. I am taking all these with me.
Oh,
so
ver-
there is no food wastage when it comes to
Ver-
Paul Foster.
Also,
Very
it's
good.
not macadamia, it's a hazelnut, y'all.
Hazelnut. Yeah, okay.
She's
So
just like,
I got my nuts wrong.
maybe you don't know your nuts after all.
Hey, by the way, it is International Nurses Day today.
Yes.
So we did
Oh.
want to wish all our nurses and healthcare frontline workers a very wonderful day. You've been doing an amazing job. And
Remember, go check out that
That's it.
Qatar deal.
yes, Qatar deal, Modular Movement Day, you know,
Everything.
All
SG,
of-
right?
all of that.
all the initiatives are fantastic.
Well, thank you very much, Paul, for joining us and
you.
for eating our
While
bakes.
Paul now gets all the cookies.
Alrighty, we're going to see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Make sure you tune in for the morning show with Kelly and Barbara. Paul, we're going to get you back on. You're fun. You can eat those cookies, but remember, whatever it is that you are doing at home today, stay safe, stay strong, and stay at home.